Hi guys, today I'm going to be doing the CP tag. So, the first question is, what kind of CP do you have? I have spastic right hemiparesis, which affects my entire right side, arm, and leg, and then I have decreased sensation on the entire right side. How did you get CP? My mother had toxemia, and she was visiting family for a wedding in Canada at the time, and she was 26 weeks pregnant, and she basically had extremely high blood pressure, and the only way to treat her was to take me out of her stomach, and because she was so sick, I wasn't getting enough oxygen to my brain, and so I had a stroke either right before or during birth. So I weighed a pound and 12 ounces at birth. How did you feel about it growing up? I hated my CP. I still don't like it. My biggest thing is I hate my right hand because I have limited use of it. I have some use, but I don't feel the correct way on the right side. So maybe if I had more feeling in it, I could use it more. How has CP impacted your life, good and bad? I think, you know what? I think, people judge you because of cerebral palsy, and I've been judged a lot, and it was just really hard growing up because, you know, either, you're not good enough for regular kids, or you're not disabled enough for the disabled kids, so it was really tough. But I also think, like, I'm not superficial the way other people are because I do have CP. Um, do you ever think about your life without cerebral palsy? Yes. I feel like in a lot of ways my life would be more productive. I feel like, if it wasn't for the cerebral palsy, along with my dyscalculia, I would have a better chance at a good job. You know, people discriminate because of my cerebral palsy, and there are certain jobs I cannot take because of my dyscalculia. How was schooling with cerebral palsy? It was tough. Um, let's see. I was in the Bronx, New York, from basically almost since I was born, since I was out of the incubator in Canada, till 12 years old. And there was a lot of issues, you know, it was surrounding my CP, lots of questions, teachers not wanting to help, teachers not wanting to accommodate. And I had a lot of issues with reverse racism because the school I went to was predominantly black, and the kids were very like racist, prejudiced because of their own parents. You know, everything was about the color of your skin. So I only hung out with kids with cerebral palsy, really, because I went to a barrier-free school. So there was like a handful of us in the grade that had CP, and the rest of the kids kind of just didn't pay attention to me. Let's see what else. How has your disability changed throughout your life? Um, the spasticity has definitely gotten worse. Um, I'm 30 now, and around 22-ish, started losing my balance all over again. I've discussed that. It was really tough having to go back to PT, having to get an AFO again, having to regain some semblance of what my life was before I started losing my balance. Um, you know, my arm is much more noticeable. My hand is much more noticeable now because of the swan neck deformity. It's all about spasticity and how it affects you as you get older. How will things change for people with disabilities? I mean, I'm hoping things get better. I'm hoping there'll be less discrimination in the future, but right now there's so much discrimination. It's like the ADA doesn't really even matter because, schools can have elevators, but they don't have to keep them working. They don't have to replace them. Um, Things like that. You know, there's still job discrimination. I'm still dealing with that. It's pretty bad. Um, I would love it if there wasn't job discrimination, but unfortunately there is. Do you believe in God? Does that help you deal with having CP? I believe in a higher power. Yeah, I mean, you can call it God. I think certain things couldn't happen without a higher power. Definitely. Um, I don't know. I don't know if that helps me deal with having CP, to be honest. There was a pill or cure for CP. Would you take it? Yes. In a heartbeat. I know what it's like to have CP. I know what it's like to be discriminated against. I know what it's like to be stared at. I know what it's like to not have accommodations. I would take it because I have the life experience of CP, and that stuff you can't forget. So yeah, I would take a pill or a cure in an instant. Thank you guys for watching. This was the CP tag. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Bye.